For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Outdoors with me, Mike. Today I'm going to give you guys a bit of a video review on a product from Isabella. So with me today I've got the Isabella Mega Windscreens. So Mega windscreens are basically sitting kind of above sort of windscreens that Isabella normally do, and sort of in the top end kind of range. Now, as the name suggests, basically the Mega refers to it being a Mega frame. So we'll run about a 32mm pole rather than say like the 26 or 25 that we see with the alternative ones. Now, we've got this kind of classic kind of grey fabric, which is going to pretty much match any awning in many ways, and to a certain extent, you necessarily could buy this if you haven't got an Isabella product. The concept of it is really quite nice. It's strong and robust, hence obviously the Mega kind of name. But you can really create kind of an enclosure or panel, or however you want it to really go. Now, it stands about 120 tall, and depending when you go for the 4-panel or the 6-panel, you can obviously pick and choose between either. The 4-panel will go around about 460, whereas the 6-panel is 690 centimeters long. Each panel is about 115 centimeters each, and of course, due to the ability of the sort of steel poles, you can really kind of shape it as you see fronted it. So you have it dead straight in length, or with me here, I've got the 6-panel, and I've created this whole kind of little enclosure around it, position it as we want it to go. Now, as you probably can see, there's no real guide points to it as such, and it's not necessarily any need for it. It's still very sturdy on where it is, and the reason behind it is because it's essentially staked into the ground. So there is a clear-cut way of sort of pitching it. It takes a little bit longer, but once it's up, you can create whatever it is. You've got no kind of internal barriers or even external barriers around it. With the Mega frame, what you find is that that is the footing that you kind of come with it. You get this kind of special kind of plate where you can actually butt 2 Mega frames up together, and it's only unique. So it's a good stretch into the ground and beneath the ground, as you can probably see. Whereas if you compare that to the normal one, obviously it's quite a bit of a difference to say. So admittedly, with the normal one, the pole actually goes on top of it, whereas this, it goes interior. But it gives you a real nice idea. That is ideal as well, is because if you're on, say, like a seasonal pitch and they want to cut the grass, because it sits nice and flush, there's actually a lid and stuff you can put onto it with so that way when you hammer it in, you're not necessarily denting the actual sort of bottom part of the actual point. But again, because it's flat, if they come to cut the grass, they're not going to actually go over anything as well. So that's why it's an extra bit of a bonus. And in fact, actually, that's the part located there. So it's got like a little ratchet at the top. The other thing I do like about sort of the Mega windbreak is the fact that you can add a gate onto it. So a gate is an optional extra on its own. It wouldn't actually fit any of the normal versions as well, but it really creates a little enclosure to come and go as you please. And because it sits really quite nice and low to the actual part, and you guys can, we haven't pegged it down initially, is going to kind of be that sort of barrier for stop dogs getting in and out. The gate is worth mentioning. The gate itself can be bought as a separate item. It is one solid piece, so it packs down pretty much as you see it there, but it's got its own kind of hinge and clasp. And then if I bring that back through the other side, you get additional obviously pole as well. So you can either have that as the next windbreak, so you can make it as big or as little as you wanted to, or you can just have it self-sufficient kind of next to the caravan as well. But a really great sort of thing, great concept, and as you come to expect, you've also got your own Isabella porthole, which, you know, any Isabella product wouldn't be complete without. But if you want any more questions or queries, or want to see any more features and things like pack weights, pack sizes, you can check the link below this video. It'll take you straight through to our website, where we've got all that information at a touch and a button. But overall, I really do quite like it, and it's amazing in terms of the concept it is without the guide points and how many people kind of will go for this as their #1 windbreak to go for. Admittedly, because of the price and the features and obviously the kit you get included with it, it's not the cheapest, but if you want to buy windbreak and that's it, I'd say it's definitely worth the one to go for. But yeah, so that's kind of our little video review on the Isabella Mega Screen windbreak.